Hey, how's it going? I'm to that point where I need to change the water in the hydroponic side. It's very simple. You're going to be amazed at how this works. Check this out. That pot is self-contained. It actually connects right there. I did take apart the light so I could hang it up higher. It was a little bit too close. There's the living soil. We'll be looking at that a little bit later. So you can see that pot is like independent. They mess with any of the plants on the top, and the whole thing lifts straight out. You can see this water, it's got a little bit of oil slick. We're going to take and empty this out and sanitize it, give it a good scrubbing. Before I change the water, I got to do one thing. Let's see what the temperature is. 79 degrees, 80 degrees. So we want to make sure that the water that we're replacing it with is the same temperature. So you can see this water in the bottle, 62 degrees. It was 80 degrees in the container. So I'm going to have to warm this up a bit because otherwise it would shock the plants. So I now have the water sitting in a tub of hot water, warming it up. So I'll just take a couple minutes. The bottom half, the container that holds the water, is all cleaned out and scrubbed. Let's take a look at what this looks like underneath. So as you can see, we got really good root development going on here. Roots are white. I'll set this down gently here. Don't want to crush any of these. You can see the housing on the bottom has a stand. Back here is a filter. It's obviously roots growing into that. Very pleased. You can see this one right here, even the little stubby one is starting to get some roots. But all these plants are doing quite well. That one doesn't have any roots because there's no plant in it. So this is what powers everything. It's all self-contained, and it's really cool is you can take the filter out and clean it. Doesn't look like it needs it. And also you can take the engine, the motor apart, clean it, disassemble it, clean it, put it back together. That's how they made this thing. You can see underneath the channels, water runs through, and then it flows out each spot right over the pods that have the plants in them. Okay, so this just took a couple minutes. Got the water pushing 80 degrees. Close enough for rock and roll. So let's put this thing back together. First add the water. This holds a gallon. 4 liters, approximately. We're going to put in the nutrients. It's the Aerogarden nutrients. I'm going to put that in and then add the rest of the water so it kind of stirs it around and gets it nice and even in there. There we go. And we'll gently place these back in. Ready to go back into its pod. So here we put it back. I don't know if you could hear the pump start. I'll show you how this works. Let's see. See how the water runs out right over the pod. Nothing in this one. I use that to tie down. And there you go. Super simple. That took actually only about 15 minutes total time to get that done. Very simple. Now this is an older model, 2005 I think, but it is working great. And you saw those plants. They're very happy.